The crypto community once again is dodging digital landmines as Ledger's CTO screams stop those on chain transactions thanks to a sneaky NPM supply chain attack hitting over 1 billion downloads. That's right, hackers are out here snatching crypto like it's candy once again. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's hyper presale is going full supernova, Oracle's AI cloud dreams are spiking their stock, and Trump media is hoarding over $6 billion in CRO, Crypto.com tokens, for Truth Social's big flex. From NASDAQ's $50 million Gemini IPO bet to Worldcoin's AI identity takeover, we are going to unpack it all here with our signature badness. So grab your hardware wallet, strap in or strap on if you're into that kind of thing, and jump on board for our bad news episode number 789 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Who's bad?
Hey, welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast. Still now in our 9th year of the show for the crypto serious and the crypto curious. Maybe you're both crypto serious and curious, which would make you buy crypto-ish, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Hi, Trav.
How's it going, good sir? Nice to see you.
I am good. I am currently on the mainland and going from state to state with Aaron and seeing family and friends and basically getting off the island during storm season.
Yeah, I just got. We didn't do a show last week because I was getting on an island, Barbados.
Yeah.
Barbados is the easternmost island and of the Caribbean, right? And they don't really get hurricanes too much there. They don't think they've had one since the 50s hit them. But oh my God, the beaches were so beautiful.
Great beaches, bitches.
Beautiful beaches. Bitches love beaches.
Nice.
And bitches also love bridges.
Well, we are recording the day before this episode releases. It's September 10th. The show will come out on 9/11. Here we are once again. And let's check out CoinGecko to see what's happening here. 2:24 p.m. Eastern time. The crypto market cap just over 4 trillion again.
Yes.
Sir Lord Travis. Bitcoin 113,292. It went over 114 this morning. Ethereum 43.16. XRP just under $3. BNB consistently on the move. It's almost been only up during this run for BNB at 892. Solana looking sharp this week, 221. Dogecoin 24 cents, and we got Tron at almost 34 cents. Cardano at 87.
Well, let's just let me throw some news there. We don't have it on our show notes, but BNB Binance has done a partnership with Franklin Templeton to do some digital asset stuff. And so news of that has sent this thing rolling. I would say, Joel, we're probably, days away from BNB hitting 4 figures, hitting $1,000. I would not be surprised to see that by the next time we do a show. If not, maybe mid 900s. I think that's definitely going to be rolling with some of the partnerships and stuff that they're doing. Plus, CZ is always coming out and saying things, and so hard to ignore.
You're saying I shouldn't have sold at 300? Is that what you're alluding to?
I'm saying it's one of the top 10 for a reason. That's all I'm saying.
Bitcoin treasuries for the week. BitcoinTreasuries.net tracks everything that's going on there. Again, MSTR, more Bitcoin up to 638,460. The stock is languishing. They did not, they qualify now for the S&P 500, which once they're on is going to be able to onboard like 18 billion in Bitcoin automatically just because they're in the 500. But the first round of approval by the S&P people, whoever they are, was a no. So now we got to wait another quarter to see if that happens. But treasuries are loading up. The ones you would expect, Mara, Metaplanet, both increased their holdings this week. And the total now, look at this, the number has passed 1 million Bitcoin in the top 100. So the big 100 public Bitcoin treasury companies now have as much Bitcoin as Satoshi Nakamoto.
Dude, that is awesome, by the way. Look at that. So they're growing their stash, dude. 1 million. So 121th of all the Bitcoin is in these companies. But look at that though. So with the number 101, Yuxing, 78 Bitcoin is in their treasury. So all you need is 79 Bitcoin, you guys, and you too can get
Be in
in
the
the thing.
top
So get
100.
started. If you guys should have bought some of it when it was like $10 a piece, where the hell were you guys?
Yeah, same place we were. Not
Damn it,
not
Jim.
not buying. The bull
Uh,
market indicators still none of them hitting. All 30 of them here on coinglass.com. None of the bull market indicators have been hit yet. A few of them are getting close, but this is still looking like the run is going to happen, barring black swan nonsense. Typically, September is a down month for Bitcoin. Usually expect a 4 to 5% pullback, and then October right around the corner, which guess what, Travis? That puts us at that a little more than 500 days post halving again. And I think that
yeah.
a lot of people still think the bull run is yet to hit. The multiples are yet to come.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man. I mean, looking at this, that gave me a lot of confidence because I was looking at it today and I was like, I don't see Bitcoin or the whole crypto markets going past $5 trillion this particular cycle was my talking point today on our Twitter space. And you know, it is such a weird thing. And then I was thinking, well, it is Trump's last term. This is Trump's last bull run,
Mhm.
and they're so big in crypto that the bull market and the total cycle could be so different. And we know it's already different because we had the all-time high before we had the halving, and then the and the price dipped, and then so it's like a weird. This is like a really weird cycle. We might not. We have always said history often repeats, or it rhymes, but not doesn't repeat
Mhm.
necessarily. It's still really hard to gauge what's happening here because, as you just said, 1 million Bitcoin are stuck in these
Mhm.
Bitcoin treasuries. How much of it's lost? How much of it's that are in diamond holding hands? You know what I mean,
How
Joel?
many more whales are gonna sell and create another a sell off there where the price goes down again? But if we do get the spike here, fourth quarter, and fourth quarter typically is up, especially in a bull year, then this will indeed look like 2021, where we hit an all-time high, came back down, almost cut in half, and then went up to a new all-time high. So my crystal ball's broken still. I try to get this thing fixed. It's still broken, but we talk about the possibility of black swan events and hacks, and well, it just happened again. This story on the block and really everywhere in the crypto world. Ledger CTO warns users to halt on-chain transactions amid massive NPM supply chain attack. And this
Wow,
basically,
dude.
Trav, is a vulnerability in JavaScript now.
In the supply chain. So what? In the process of building these ledgers, somebody inserted something in these, or what? Because it
Well,
seems like large
it's
scale supply chain attack on these ledgers
yeah.
devices, or what?
So I kind of asked Grok to explain it to me like like I'm 5 years old, and it says a major attack has compromised a trusted developer account on NPM. This is a platform where developers share JavaScript code. So anybody that used this package in their software, this has been downloaded over 1 billion times,
Oh,
can
geez.
impact. So it's not just a hardware wallet. It's software wallets too. It's MetaMask. Anywhere that especially if if you don't verify your transaction, then you could really be screwed. As long as you're still looking at the transaction you're verifying, odds are you're fine. But they are saying, hey, you should avoid on-chain activity. The compromised packages have allegedly been patched pretty quickly. I think it happened like within minutes, but developers are urged to check that the dependencies are still safe. So you never know, dude. Be super careful with your transactions and make sure when you confirm, always use a wallet that makes you confirm your transaction and then read the text there and make sure it's doing what you told it to do.
Wow, dude. 1 billion devices that have this compromised shit. So like what are they just were they just sitting and waiting for it, or they've been slowly sort of draining accounts, or like, dude, that's wild stuff right there. So we're also talking about, all those Bitcoin treasuries doing their thing. Also, which is really huge, is the World Liberty Fi that's going on, but then also Trump Media,
Mm-hmm.
which is different than the World Liberty Fi. They have said they've actually closed the deal to to build a $6.4 billion Crow treasury. They're going to purchase 684 million Crow tokens as part of the deal. And as we noticed, the price of Crow over the last month or so has done some pretty friendly things. It's
Yeah.
gone off and been magical. The Kronos token did a little pop, had a little pop, and yeah, it's coming back down a little bit. But dude, it did go all. It went literally from like 9 cents up to like what
40,
30 cents
45 or
recently.
so.
Now it's sitting
And
at about 25 cents.
yeah, been a sell off, but this
Still
is a
not
big
anywhere near
deal.
the all-time high though, Joel. Like the all-time high on that thing was like 85 something
Yeah.
cents.
Trump is in Trump Digital. They are supporting US based crypto companies, and crypto.com is one of them. And look, if you could just be forward looking here and think, all right, what does this mean for crypto.com, for Robinhood, for Coinbase, for Kraken, all the US based crypto companies and the crypto coins? This seems like the foundation is being set. We're going to look back at this, right? I keep saying we're going to look back at this, just like if we look back to when Bitcoin was 1,000 and we see it now, the response should be, of course, it's 100,000 now, and we're in 5 years, 6 years from now, we're going to look back at these companies that are the new banks, and we're look at the price of Kronos and Bitcoin and all these, and go, well, of course, this was
Yeah.
the trajectory the whole time.
Mhm.
And now we've got an administration that is creating fertile soil for these industries to prosper in America and around the world. So,
Yeah.
of
So maybe,
course,
Joel, in the future that we won't be penalized like, hey, you're from Iran, North Korea, or America, so you can't participate in this. Hopefully that goes away and all the scared away exchanges can actually come back and be good
well,
for us.
let's look at this right here because this goes right in line with what you're saying, Trav. The chair of the SEC, Paul Atkins, has said that most tokens are not securities. And this is clarity that has been needed because, people have been scared to put out tokens because, wow, what if we violate the SEC and they come after us and throw us in jail?
Right. I mean, we were like terrified along the way. Like when we launched, when the team came in, those our fans and said, "Hey, we're launching Bad Coin." Okay, great, but like we're like, but that was really one of the first meme coins. Realistically, I mean, Bad Coin was awesome. You could mine it on bad computers. Hopefully, that thing could be rejuvenated down the road because man, it was so fun and such a cool deal. And yeah, so we're going to start seeing some of these super app platforms popping up because that's what they're saying. Hey, most of these cryptos are not securities. And then they're going to start taking securities and making them tokens. We're going to start seeing more and more tokenized stocks like we've been talking about for years. They're coming. The regulations are coming. They're kind of working out all the details on that stuff now. But true innovation is happening within digital assets now, which is exciting.
You mentioned bad coin. There are a handful of people in the Telegram. There's 102 people in the Telegram, but there's two or three people that are actively working on bringing bad coin back. And you can go join the Telegram if you want to. It is at Bad Coin Net. Bad Coin Net. You can go join that Telegram if you think that you can help to bring this back to life. We would love for the community to be able to mine bad coin and use bad coin. We didn't build it, but we're definitely supportive of it. And if there's something and you can lend a hand, then being in that Telegram is the place to be.
Yes. What is it? What is like a small unit of bad of bad coin? Is it a bad Toshi?
It's whatever you want
Back
to do.
bads. Yeah. So I don't know if we cut this one or not, but it is interesting that NASDAQ is lined up with a $50 million investment in Gemini.
Mhm.
They're going to do an IPO.
Yeah.
So the Winklevi twins, they're seeing what's happening, I think, with Circle, with Coinbase, and these other ones. And they're targeting a $2.2 billion valuation, which, based on some of those other ones, seems to be relatively tiny. And yeah, they want to raise up to $317 million. And I mean, they don't even have a token yet. Like, what they don't have a chain. Like, it's kind of wild. Why haven't they done that? Because regulation and fear of uncertainty with what's going on in the space, I think. Yeah.
Yep, I think so. And I personally, I'm not a big fan of Gemini for two reasons. One, the Winklevi have not been on the show now in our
Yeah.
ninth year.
Well,
And
they
number
flirted
two,
with us for a bit, though, didn't they? I remember we were having conversations
I
like, "Oh,
think
they
we
love
were
your show,"
trying.
and then
Number two, it took me like 2 years to get $300 in Litecoin out of that stupid Gemini app. I moved, and so my address changed, my driver's license changed, and they made me jump
wow,
through all kinds of hoops for like 4 Litecoin. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is silly. So
right,
so
okay,
I was out on that.
you mad about
Let's
it?
see. What do we got going on here? Oh, Dan Ives is going to become chair of a company that Sam Altman-backed Worldcoin is in charge of. What do you know about Dan? He was one of the first dudes, right, in with Worldcoin.
I believe he's one of the guys who's helping leading that, right? So he's
Hmm.
leading the treasury for WorldCoin. WorldCoin to me seems very dystopian.
Yeah.
I got to stare my eyeball in it and to get your one WorldCoin, dude. I'm out. I just like WorldCoin, Sam Altman, ChatGPT, WorldCoin, Retina, scanning these nuts right there.
Yeah.
That's what I think about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm kind
I'm
of
out
with
on
you.
that.
Kind of with you on that, but they're not going away, and we need to keep an eye on it. And I really hope that Elon uses XAI for good, and that the ultimately triumphs, because they're not going away. Grok is
Yeah.
killing it. Then the fact that
Dude, what's
Grok
so
is,
crazy is like he invested like $500 million into Chat GPT to do it for open and for good, and then he got screwed out of that whole deal. It's such a weird scenario. Like I'm not. I like Chat GPT, the stuff that it can do.
Mhm.
I like Claude. We'll talk more about AI stuff. Let's dive into this next article here real quick. Around three altcoins that are poised to benefit from investor interest in World Liberty Fi. Now I'm going to go ahead and say this, Joel, not just World Liberty Fi, because one of these tokens, BNB's tearing up. Bonk's a shit coin. Really, it's just a meme coin. But I think Chainlink is going to be so huge moving forward, and I'm going to tell you why.
huge. Okay,
I'll tell you why.
tell me why.
So with the Genius Act, that enabled, Walmart's going to have a stable coin.
Hmm.
Amazon's going to have a stable coin. There's going to be so many stable coins, and they're going to sort of need that oracle to be able to connect the pricing and all that. And the one that's going to benefit mostly from that's going to be Chainlink. And we're going to see a time, we know we're sitting there having a conversation like, I don't know, crypto is going to go over $5 trillion this cycle. Well, once they start tokenizing some of their monies for Amazon, for Walmart, maybe the U.S. government creates their own stable coin, though the number for the crypto market is going to explode. Not just 4 trillion, over 4 trillion. It's going to go whoop whoop, and we're like, whoa, we're at 10 trillion now because all this money that's come on from these different corporations creating their
Hmm.
own stable coins. So keep an eye on Chainlink. I was having a conversation today, and I convinced myself, not financial advice, but I think I need to stack a little more Link.
I
Plus, I
think
love
that,
Legend of Zelda.
yeah. There you go. That's why they should make him the mascot. Sign a licensing deal with Nintendo. Make it the official token of Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right. So again, the connection with America, with Trump's businesses. This is all stuff that, let's look back and go, of course,
Yeah.
that this is, and it doesn't take a hell of a crystal ball. And I keep going back to what could stop this? What could
Yeah.
stop this train? And there's only really two things I can come up with, Trav. Thing number
Yeah.
one, that could stop it is major black swan event, right? Like, and it could be tied into number two, which is nuclear war, right? Massive global World War III type events, or destruction so horrible and the grid's down, in which case nobody gives a crap about crypto anyway because you're just trying to survive, right? You just want food in your belly. And frankly, I just don't see that happening. And certainly, you wouldn't not look at this as the future, betting on that this is going to happen. Oh, no, I'm not going to invest in crypto because the world might end soon. Well,
Well, then you're betting on Armageddon
yeah,
anyway. I mean, seriously,
right.
you lose, you're gonna 100% lose there. Um, I want to look at the charts on Chainlink right now. So there it is, number 13 overall, $25, and man, its all-time high was $50, and so it hasn't even approached the little bump it had in December when it hit $24. It's sitting right now about $23, or it had hit almost hit $30 before. So that was the all-time one, hit over 50. Dude, they're doing $130 million a day in cross-chain transfer volume.
Mm. Yeah, that's a lot. It's clear, of course, and it's just going to take the mainstream and brokerage firms, everybody to wake up to this is what's happening. I think people are still a little skittish. We've just entered the mainstream with crypto. We're still very early for much of the crypto world. It's still early adoption.
Yeah.
Bitcoin has entered into mainstream. I actually onboarded a family member this week onto Bitcoin too. I said, here, get which wallet? I think it was the Breeze wallet. It is. Let me tell you, there's a
It's
great
on your
lightning.
phone?
It's a lightning wallet on my phone. It is Speed wallet. And I'm like, all right, set up a wallet. Let me scan your QR code. Let me send you 1,000 Satoshis. Send. Bloop. It's there on their phone instantly. Lightning
Yeah.
Network, that layer is so fast. And this is why Steak and Shake is killing it, because they're the first major chain to implement Bitcoin transactions and payments into their system. And so you step up to the register and pay with Bitcoin, comes out of your Lightning wallet instantly like that. And their revenue is way up as a result.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, Steak and Shake is killing it. We'll find some info on that here, but let's move on into this story here about Oracle. We had our AI stories here that we're gonna tell you guys about, and Oracle apparently is killing it. Larry Ellison is worth a crap ton because the revenue of their AI cloud is going to jump $144 billion. So the stock went up 40% when they said this. The AI bubble, dude, is not yet really hit. I think maybe we saw a little bloop, the first time around, but I think AI in general is going to be such a massive play. And this is just this is a predictor of it, I believe.
It is a predictor of it, I believe, predicting of the
Look
things.
at that, up $89 as of right now as we're talking about this. That's 37%. What a
Yeah.
huge thing.
Well, now Elon is no longer the richest man. That goes to Larry Ellison now. He now has the throne for now, but it's the way it goes. Wow. Congratulations. That's some big dollars right there. My brain's still thinking about Chainlink over here. I'm going.
All right, well, you're still chain linking. Let's talk about Claude and
Okay.
Anthropic, the
Oh, yeah.
creator of Claude. So basically, a bunch of authors said, hey, you're using our books, our materials, fiction and nonfiction, to train your model, Anthropic, and we're going to sue you. And so, because those books were basically pirated, all the books were taken from a pirated site that Anthropic brought into their AI LLM, and now there's apparently a settlement that is supposed to happen. 500,000 books illegally pirated to train chatbots, a $1.5 billion settlement. And if it goes through, then the authors of these books, it says, Proposed settlement would pay authors and publishers about $3,000 for each of the books covered by the agreement. I think it'll probably end up being less than that if it actually settles. But there's a website where you can search for books, Trav. I didn't look for yours, but I've got 14 of them in the 500,000 books.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Send me that link. I'd like to take a look and see if Digital Sense is in there. You got 14 of your books are in there. Wow.
14, yeah, books and ebooks.
You're gonna be able to get it's gonna be like one of those things like, here's a check for 19 cents.
Yeah, congratulations. I actually got one of those from the Facebook did a settlement because I guess they had a thing with advertising and they did something naughty and they've got a multi-billion-dollar settlement and I'm going to get about $30 for my data.
Dude, you know how many Satoshis that is? That is like probably 100,000 Satoshis.
Well, since you're not like an OpenAI and I'm not, we're not going to talk about their jobs platform and certification. We're just
Well, I do want to talk a little bit more about Claude because Claude has now leveled up beyond just an assistant. It has actually gotten to the point where they just released a new thing today or was yesterday where you can literally, like any of those like apps like Gamma or any of these apps that have like created like one of use cases, like, oh, use AI to make my Excel document, use AI to make me a PowerPoint deck, use AI to make me a boom. It does it all. You can actually upload documents into it like it's Google Docs or whatever and make changes on the fly. Like they've leveled up. I personally pay for the $100 a month on Claude. I also do the $20 on ChatGPT. And I paid for the year of Perplexity. Like I'm like an AI whore over here, but I think if I could only pick one, it'd probably be Perplexity. But when it comes to coding shit and doing other things, do Claude Code, unbelievable. Like it's like every time I play with it, I'm going, holy shit, we are living in the damn future, bro.
I just forced Claude to tell me about the lawsuit against their parent company, Anthropic. I'm like, come on, what did you do wrong? How were you naughty? And it's right in here about the $1.5 billion settlement. And yeah, I'll get you a link to the site so we can see if you get your 19 cents.
I would like to have my 19 cents as well, please.
Well, thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate you all. Thanks for listening today. As always, we'd really like it if you just took a minute out of your busy day and write us a 5-star review. Give us share the episode with a friend. We're not like working YouTube because they've already banned us once, but the videos are there if you like to watch and see the stories and look at our handsome faces to go along with our.
And we started to be doing some more stuff once we get done with our little vacation stuff. Probably over the Q4, we'll be doing more videos and little 5-minute, 7-minute. Each one of these little news topics will probably be a video. So we're playing around with that. So looking forward to connecting with you guys on all of that. And by the way, I didn't mention this, but my startup, Coin Research, has received $300,000 in funding from the Hilton family office group. You know, the Hiltons of the
hotels.
Paris Hilton's, not her, but her actually first cousin's team. They run that. So basically, there's the divisions of it. There was Conrad, then Conrad had kids, and then so the brothers, not that side, but the other one, they funded it, and we are off to the races with CoinResearch.ai. So really excited about that and continuing the process, Joel, of helping people educate them.
Yeah,
helping people not get hosed.
Congratulations, sir. Let's go. And everything I learned about Conrad Hilton, I learned from Mad Men, which is to say, I probably learned some of the wrong things, but
probably skewed a little bit.
But what a great show. And I'm continuing, Trev. AI for Everyone has taken off. I've already got 250 YouTube subscribers here after just a few weeks, and invite you guys to help support the show. AIForEveroneShow.com. Go to my videos, go like them, go watch them, share them with a boomer or Gen Xer that might, be a little frightened by AI, might not know exactly what to make of it and how to use it. And we appreciate you guys. As always, thanks for partaking as a citizen of the Republic of Bad Cryptopia. If you're not a citizen, well, we just made you one just because you listened. And we will give you the prime directive for being a citizen of the Republic of Bad Cryptopia, and that is that you should stay bad. The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.